Howdy friends, Lost Bry here, and I just got out of watching Godzilla and Kong, A New Empire. Just got in the car, and I'm just gonna be spitballing my initial thoughts. Might talk about it more in the future, but for now, this is just what I thought about the movie and what I think about it compared to a different movie that I watched last night. So first off, I'm not even going to really get into any of the spoilers. I'm just going to talk about what I think about it, because if you want to watch it, go watch it. I would recommend it. Right off the bat, I'll rate it a solid 75%. 75, 80%, and somewhere in that range. It was a fun movie, for sure, which is great. That's pretty much exactly what you want out of this kind of movie. It was more of a, action thriller, not really much for scares or anything, not even really much gore at all even. This feels like the kind of movie that would massively appeal to the 10 to 15, 18-year-old boy range. It was just an action-packed fun time, 100%. It almost felt like what you would get if you take a kaiju movie and a buddy cop movie and you mash them together almost. It was a really good time. The human aspect of the story actually wasn't even that bad. I'm going to compare it to the movie I watched last night, which is The Meg, which is a movie which takes itself too seriously. I think that's its biggest flaw. If they just played around with the concept that The Meg goes with, which is a megalodon emerges from the depths of the sea and rains terror because it is hungry. That is a fun premise, for sure. But The Meg tries to take itself too seriously and, in my mind, just turns itself into a laughingstock when it's action time. There are some good, fun, action-packed, terrifying scenes. When it tries to be all sciencey and smart-like and explain exactly what happened, it stretches the imagination. It kind of breaks the immersion. As far as the new Godzilla and Kong movie goes, that one did it pretty great because they just had fun with it. To finish what I was saying about the human side of this new Godzilla and Kong movie, it worked really well because they didn't dive too deep into technicalities, sciencey words. They kept it at a point where I could suspend my disbelief and I could enjoy it. Even some of the more outlandish, far out parts, like King Kong's new augmented fist that he got. The fact that there was frostbite antidote in there, I'm like, well, that's oddly specific. But okay, whatever, I guess. Like, that's a weird solution, but
I don't think they necessarily meant it just to be the antidote for frostbite. I think it was more just meant to be an antidote to anything that could have potentially happened to Kong.
That's what I would say would be a much better way to do it. Thing is, Trapper specifically said, and there's the frostbite antidote. So I'm like,
yes, but that was a plus to it, that it has that in it.
That's what I'm guessing.
It could be anything that could have happened to Kong.
That's what would make more sense. I agree.
Yeah.
That is exactly what was going through my head, where I was like, it would make more sense if they just made it like a Pokemon TCG reference. Any special conditions, this card will heal it. Poison, or sleeping, or burned, or frozen. Is frozen a condition?
It would be frostbite or hypothermia.
It's burned, asleep, poisoned, and confused. Oh, there's confused. Is that all of them?
Of what? Pokemon?
Of the special conditions that can happen in the card game and also just the games in general. Editing me. Correct whatever confusion this head is confused about. The rest of the movie was fun. On that note, Trapper was enjoyable the whole way through. I stand me a wildlife conservative who is also a British, who has outlandish amounts of swagger and charm. He was great. Loved him the whole way through. And yeah, this movie set itself up for success by the fact that when they introduced the characters, if there were new ones, which I don't think any of these were new, but I don't remember anything that's happened in previous movies because I've only seen Godzilla versus Kong, the one before this. I did see that one. I enjoyed that. It was fun. I just enjoyed it for the action. Action was phenomenal. Enjoyed it. Animated incredibly well. There wasn't any animation really that I was like, that sucks. No, actually there was like one scene with the secret end villain that it was just like half a second or 1 second long, but it caught my eye where I was like, that looks like they made a prop for that. Like, that looks animated so well. Acting was actually pretty good. The humans, this is the first time I've seen one of these movies where the human part, I actually thought was done pretty well. It wasn't anything special, it wasn't anything groundbreaking, but at the end of the day, that's fine. It's just a fun time, and I would solidly recommend it. 75 to 80% on the Lost Bride scale. Until I come up with something more original, I'm just going to be ripping off the moist scale. Thanks, Charlie.
Did I jump scare you? Yeah, I bet I did.
But yeah, so that's pretty much it.
What's your favorite part of the movie?
What's my favorite part of the movie? Godzilla sleeping in the Coliseum. Yeah, boy! Pretty much anytime Godzilla's on screen. Kong's great, and just the Kong storyline was okay. The writing or the lack of verbal writing for the entirety of the Kong storyline, which is probably good between a good 15 and 25 minutes of the movie, if not a half hour. No, it wasn't. Was it a half hour?
It was not that long.
It was a good portion of it, though, where it just focused on Kong and the younger Kong monkey. A great director with great animators doesn't need words to tell a story.
That's true.
That's exactly the plus that I would give every time that the great apes are on screen. That's the plus I'd give it. So, good job, movie. Yeah, anytime the great apes were on screen, you could understand everything that was happening without any words spoken. It was refreshing to see a movie trust its audience and be like, this is what's happening, and we're going to trust that you guys can figure it out. That was cool. And then anytime Godzilla was on screen, Godzilla sleeping in the Coliseum. Yeah, boy! You know that something's happening, and you know that he's preparing, and it just set it up for the big finale at the end. The setup was great. Godzilla, freaking awesome. I love every second that I get to see him, and I want to see more Godzilla. So I'm probably going to go watch more Godzilla movies at some point when I'm not catching up on Bad Batch or Spy X Family or BattleBots or all these other shows. I have so much to catch up on, and I have so many more videos to make. So on that note, I'm going to wrap this up here. Catch me on stream. I'm live at least 2 or 3 times a week, if not more. I'm live on Twitch really often. Come hang out. Come say hi. We have fun over there. Twitch.tv/LostBry. Thanks for stopping by. Comment, like, subscribe, please. And yeah, I'll see you next time. On that note, sorry about the delay on the video. This is a week late. But I got affiliated on Twitch last week, so yeah, that's why this video is out late. Hi, Phineas. Come say hi on Twitch. I'm there a lot. I hope to see you there. And